Hey everyone, welcome back to Spice Bronz. I'm Bridget. Let's go ahead and jump right back into Project 2025. In particular, we're going to start with Chapter 14. But before we do, I want to orientate you to how we're going to digest this chapter. And I'm going to do that by asking you to ask yourself, when and why do white supremacists and or Christian nationalists start screaming about states' rights? Oftentimes, you're going to find it's when they want to do a power grab or they want to cancel out existing civil rights of others. They did the same thing back during slavery. Enslavers hid behind states' rights to keep their capitalist slavery institution protected. And when enslaved people escaped, or when free states didn't want to cooperate, that same crowd suddenly wanted the federal government to step in and force everyone to obey using the Fugitive Slave Act. So it's not about principle, but always about usurping more power. And that same game is still being played right now with the Heritage Foundation and other conservatives. So keep that pattern in your mind as we go through these chapters. Because once again, the privileged are talking about securing values and freedoms, but not the kind that you think and not for the majority of people. And Project 2025 is their attempt to lock in power at every level, being it federal, state, and or local. And they're going to do this through our schools, our medical facilities and treatments, our workplaces, our places of worship, our homes, and any other social settings in which they can enforce their so-called values and thought processes. And as we go through the manual, remember, I am not walking you through these chapters in numerical order, but I'm walking you through them in impact order. And that's why we're starting with chapter 14. So it's very important to keep that simple thought in your mind as we go through this. Project 2025 gives us two sets of four. The first four are their four promises, which are introduced and explained on pages 3 through 17. And then comes their four pillars. So first, their four promises. 1 is to restore the family. 2 is to dismantle the administrative state. 3 is to defend borders and sovereignty. And then 4 is to secure what they call liberty. As far as their pillars, the first one is the book. The second one is their personnel list. The third is their training academy. And the fourth is their 180-day plan. So in plain English, the promises tell you the type of country that they want, and then the pillars tell you how they plan to build it all. Okay, so chapter 14. Chapter 14 was written by Roger Severino of the Heritage Foundation, and he zeroes in on Health and Human Services, or HHS. And this isn't just another bureaucratic office realignment. HHS is a nerve center for critical areas and programs like Medicare, Medicaid, the CDC, the NIH, FDA, Head Start, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF, foster care, and so much more that touch every American life. And HHS is currently being steered by Robert Kennedy Jr. And he's also known for spreading anti-vaccine and anti-science ideas. And this matters because when the ill-informed and ill-intended team up with white Christian nationalists and talk about turning the HHS into the Department of Life and Family, they're openly trying to put their stamp and beliefs in charge of how we do healthcare, public health, and family policies across the country. So don't be fooled. This is a clear push to control vital areas. And they too are real, clear, and present dangers, not just a current occupier of the Oval Office. So chapter 14 spans from pages 449 to 497. And Severino built the chapter around what he deems as the 5 cross-cutting goals. Goal number 1 is protecting life, conscience, and bodily integrity. Goal number 2 is empowering patient choices and provider autonomy. Goal number 3 is promoting stable and flourishing married families. Goal number 4 is preparing for the next health emergency. And then finally, goal number 5 is instituting greater transparency, accountability, and oversight. And one thing about this chapter, and pretty much all the rest of them, but this chapter is really dense. So I'm going to break this chapter into 3 buckets, not because that's everything in the chapter, but because that's the easiest way to see how the harm works and not get buried in the policy language. Okay, so the 3 buckets are: bucket number 1, we'll discuss family. Bucket number two, we're gonna discuss the cultural aspects, and then close it out with bucket number three, which is the reproductive piece of it all.